So I recently learned from someone else's video that there's something called Onlooker play. I have known for a while that there's a type of play that is known as parallel play between kids, and that parallel play exists when kids play engage in separate activities side by side without really talking to each other or interacting with each other. But I guess the thing that I found interesting about onlooker play, it's kind of like adult people watching. Kids will observe the play of other kids without joining in. They may observe a group of kids playing a game and they will not join in the game, but while they're observing it, they're learning the rules of social interaction. When I learned about this type of play, the onlooker play, I immediately thought back to my own childhood. I know that from learning about selective mutism, I've been told that I did not necessarily engage with other kids in what people would consider to be a more typical way of engaging with kids. My mom says that I used to engage in parallel play when I was around other kids, and it kind of explains why making friends was not the easiest for me as a kid or even in adult life. But I remember engaging in what I guess they consider to be onlooker play when I was a kid going through school. I especially remember this happening in high school, although I think that it happened in middle school as well, and just throughout my childhood. But I would watch other kids interact with each other. I would watch other kids have a conversation with each other, and I'd pick up on how they interacted, different patterns of their relationships. I think that when I would observe other kids and the way they interacted with each other, I remember this happening especially, I guess, in my classes at school. I would be sitting at my desk and I would be observing especially a couple kids that I admired and wanted to be friends with, and I'd observe their interactions and the things they would say to each other, and I learned so much about their relationships. I think that for me, my takeaway is that there were pros and cons to engaging in what they consider to be onlooker play as a teenager. It obviously had a huge impact on my inability to form connections because I wasn't interacting with the other kids and forming relationships. But I also became a very keen observer of other people, and I learned a lot about just people from engaging in the onlooker play as a high schooler and even as a young adult.